Now, I know this. Many of you came here thinking or hoping or perhaps believing that I may start naming names. Well, that day will come, but it won't be today. The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that. But the names that we're going to name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you. These are individual cases. There are indeed other perpetrators involved. They will be revealed when that particular individual case is ready to be filed. They already know who they are. And I'm talking here about not just the cowardly but complicit bystanders. That is, those people that we know watched this behavior occur and did nothing. And I'm talking about the people that participated. So in addition to Sean Combs, you should know the defendants in these cases we're going to file will include anyone, of course, who engaged in the assault or exploitation, anyone who participated in such in any way. These people who know who they are should just come forward now. I would imagine, as we speak here, there are a myriad of people who are very nervous. You can't hide skeletons in the closet forever.
We've got some breaking news to get to. A civil lawsuit has been filed against Jay-Z, saying the rapper raped a 13-year-old girl back in 2000. The suit alleges that Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, raped the girl after the Video Music Awards alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The victim says she was invited to an after party after being spotted by a limo driver and was then assaulted by both rappers. Jay-Z is calling this a blackmail attempt. He released a statement on social media responding to the lawsuit, and Texas attorney behind the legal action saying in part, these allegations are so heinous in nature, you have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I look forward to showing you just how different I am.
Jay-Z. So today we got Jay-Z in the headlines, right? As we just heard at the beginning, Jay-Z has been accused of some extraordinarily foul stuff. That clip that we watched at the beginning of this video was of Tony Busby, who is the attorney that has been working for the quote unquote victims of Sean Diddy Combs. I say quote unquote because nothing has been proven at this point, right? But he's the attorney that has been representing all of the victims. And a few months ago, we seen him give that press conference where he said, hey, in the future, there will be names of more high profile people exposed in our lawsuits that we are filing. And apparently Jay-Z is one of those names because Tony Busby just filed a 21-page suit against Jay-Z on behalf of a victim that's only identified as Jane Doe. And in that lawsuit, they allege that Diddy and Jay-Z assaulted and raped her at an MTV Video Music Awards after party. According to the suit, she was invited by a limousine driver after the VMA Awards in Manhattan in September of 2000. Now, this lawsuit was actually originally filed back in October, and the suit only named Diddy. However, it was amended and refiled on Sunday, and in this new filing, Jay-Z was identified as Celebrity A in the paperwork. According to that lawsuit, once she was at the party, she was given a drink that made her feel woozy. She then decided to lay down, so she found a room that contained only a large bed and no furniture of any kind. Soon after, she alleges that Diddy and Jay-Z came into the room with another celebrity only listed as Celebrity B, where they assaulted and raped her. And I don't think I mentioned it, but apparently she was only 13 at the time. The lawsuit also says that after the assault took place, the girl expressed distress, but was ignored by people at the party. So she then went to a gas station and called her dad. Not only that, but this lawsuit also accuses Jay-Z of being present during many such instances of this happening. The suit also accuses Jay-Z of orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against the plaintiff's lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence the lawsuit. Now, I'm going to say the same thing that I said when the whole Diddy thing first started coming out, right? As of right now, this is just a civil lawsuit. A lot of people in the audience seem to not know the difference between civil and criminal. And so I'll have people people, even in the comments of this video, talking about, oh, he's been charged. He hasn't been charged with anything. This is a civil suit. There is no criminal aspect to it as of right now. And this is the first accusation that we've heard like this against Jay-Z. With that being said, we haven't seen any proof. Not a single shred of evidence has been released to the public. All we have is this lawsuit, which again was crafted and created by an attorney working for a victim. This was not crafted and created by a prosecution team. So it doesn't mean that what's in this lawsuit is all 100% facts. This is what the attorney for the victim is saying. All right, I wanted to clarify that because I know some of y'all struggle to understand the difference between civil and criminal. And right now we don't have any actual evidence. We only have what the victim and their attorney wrote in this lawsuit. So I'm not going to sit here and convict Jay-Z based off of what this attorney wrote in that lawsuit, at least not yet. If it starts to develop like how the Diddy thing did, where all of a sudden you got 150 victims coming out filing suit against you, okay, then I'll start looking at this a little bit more sideways. As of right now, it's their word against Jay-Z's, and Jay-Z has spoke on this. Almost as soon as this news broke that he was being named in this lawsuit, within 10 minutes, Jay-Z posted this up on his Instagram. He said, my lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. Right there, basically what Jay-Z is calling this lawsuit is a blackmail attempt, an extortion attempt, an attempt to get money out of his pocket. He says these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the way Jay-Z responded right there. Hey bro, if it's so serious and you got so much evidence, why did you file a civil lawsuit that will result in your client getting money? Why didn't you go file a criminal complaint against me? I actually like the posturing and positioning that Jay-Z is taking right there with this statement. He said these alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. And Jay-Z is kind of cooking right here. I don't know. For me, this is kind of the way that an innocent person would respond, right? They're calling into question the validity of it, which I think anybody would do, guilty or innocent. But on top of that, he deplored him to take it a step further. Don't do civil, do criminal if you're so sure of it, which I don't think any guilty person in the world would tell a lawyer to go criminal with charges if they were guilty. He calls the attorney a clout chaser. He did that when he said that this guy has a pattern of these type of theatrics. Anyways, he said, my only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to the true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You've made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. We don't play these type of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists will believe the idiotic claims you have leveled against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. I don't know. I think this is a solid statement by Jay-Z, and I want y'all to take note of the difference between the way that Jay-Z responded to these type of allegations and the way that Diddy responded to these type of allegations, because I think there is a stark difference between the two that I think really helps paint a clear picture of what's going on here. Now, my opinion on this may change. As I said, if more and more and more victims are coming out against Jay-Z, kind of like it did when it happened to Diddy. At first, I was like, well, you know, Diddy is rich, he's famous, anybody can file a lawsuit. Then we had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 40, 50, 80. And once we started getting up there in the numbers, first I'm like, okay, there might be something to this Diddy story for real. But just like I felt at the beginning of the Diddy one is how I feel at the beginning of this Jay-Z situation. Except for I think that Jay-Z addressed this the way that an innocent person would. I think Diddy addressed it the way that a guilty person would, but that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to point out the difference in the way that they responded. Y'all let me know. Do y'all think that the way somebody responds to something like this can help indicate what the truth is? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, so to sum it all up, Jay-Z basically says that this is a ploy for this attorney to try to make a capital gain, increase his revenue, put money in his pocket. He calls him a clout chaser, says that he is known for doing these type of things, pulling these type of theatrics. He calls him an ambulance chaser, which is like a derogatory term for lawyers who specialize in bringing cases that seek damages in the form of monetary value, right? So think, oh, I slipped, I fell, I broke my leg. And then a lawyer is like, oh, you broke your leg because you slipped and fell? Let's sue the place that you slipped and fell at. We can make some money, right? That's what he meant by that. And so I thought I would look into Jay-Z's claim that this guy is a clout chaser. And when I looked, I did find this guy talking highly of himself and basically self-promoting based off of this whole lawsuit situation. So we got this post right here that he made where he said, recognize this guy? This is a picture of the weapons platoon commander, Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 4th Marines for our old Western Pacific cruise book. Despite a coordinated and aggressive effort that has included harassing my kids, contacting my clients and former clients to encourage them to sue me, contacting my colleagues or former employees asking if I've abused them, showing up at my current employees' homes to harass them, filing frivolous cases against me and my law firm, defaming me with outrageous assertions to anyone who will listen, and having mysterious people follow me and my family. I'm still that guy. Bro, come on. Is that not exactly what he's doing to people too? I mean, I'm just saying, bro. He said, I won't be bullied or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed. I also won't allow anyone to scare my clients into silence. Sunlight is the best disinfectant, and I am quite certain the sun is coming. Oh, right? So I don't know. It kind of gives off a little bit of narcissist vibes, right? But I think the funniest part of that is he's like, people are filing frivolous cases against me and my law firm and defaming me with outrageous assertions to anyone who will listen. Bro, is that not exactly what this guy is doing like for a living? I'm just saying. Now, I'm not trying to discredit anything that's in the lawsuit, bro. I'm not on either side of the aisle when it comes to this topic right here because I don't know. We just have to wait and see what all develops and what all happens. But I did find it odd that he was kind of using the moment for like self-promotion. Now, in his post, he basically accused Jay-Z and others of trying to silence him, trying to silence his clients, right? That's what he was basically saying in that post that we just read. So I started looking around to see, did this guy say anything else? And I actually found these tweets that he sent out that kind of adds context to that. He said, we won't allow the powerful and their high dollar lawyers to intimidate or silence sexual assault survivors. It's been reported that a lawsuit has been filed against my firm claiming extortion. The lawyers that filed it also immediately called TMZ in an apparent effort to silence those who allege sexual assault. Here's the deal. The case filed against my firm is not only without legal merit, it's laughable. Here's why. On behalf of 2 clients who allege sexual assault, we sent a standard demand letter to a New York lawyer that we know represents an alleged perpetrator and potential defendant. The letters were sent seeking a confidential mediation in lieu of filing the lawsuit. No amount of money was included in the demand letters. No threats were made. The demand letters sent are no different than the ones routinely sent by lawyers across the country in all types of cases. So what he's talking about here is how they notified Jay-Z that he was being sued, and apparently they told him if he would sit down and have a confidential mediation meeting with them, which is where they talk about everything that was going to be in the lawsuit, that they may not have to file it. They may be able to come to some kind of agreement before the lawsuit got filed. Right now, it does kind of scream extortion, like we're going to sue you unless you pay us. But I mean, he's not wrong. This is standard practice in law to send these type of demand letters over before somebody gets sued. It's obvious that the frivolous lawsuit filed against my firm is an aggressive attempt to intimidate or silence me and ultimately my clients. That effort is a gross miscalculation. I am a U.S. Marine. I won't be silenced or intimidated. Neither will my clients. Since our professional efforts at resolution have failed, we will instead disclose the demand letters we send at the time we file suit. Abuse of the legal system unfortunately runs rampant. said, the lawsuit filed against my firm is a prime example of that. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. I have confidence that with full public disclosure, all of this will sort itself out. Tony Buzbee. Now, I tried to see if there was a lawsuit that Jay-Z filed against Tony Buzbee, but I mean, I just wasn't able to find anything. I think that it's being drowned out by the news of this lawsuit against Jay-Z, right? I even looked on TMZ to see if anything had been posted kind of verifying what Tony said in that tweet right there, but I couldn't find anything. So I don't know if Jay-Z has sued Tony Buzbee for trying to extort him. If he did, I was unable to find it. Y'all let me know if y'all heard anything about that. Anyways, he continued. He said, regarding the Jay-Z case and his efforts to silence my clients, Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. He filed his frivolous case under a pseudonym. What he fails to say in his recent statement is my firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of an alleged victim, and that victim never demanded a penny from him. Instead, she only saw a confidential mediation. Since I sent the letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he has tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite impact. She is emboldened. I'm very proud of her resolve. As far as the allegations in the complaint filed, we will let the filing speak for itself and we'll litigate the facts in court, not in the media. So that's what that lawyer had to say in regards to this lawsuit. We heard what Jay-Z had to say about it. Now, there was one more person that did speak on this that I wanted to talk about. I think he had an interesting point, and that is Meek Mill. I know y'all get tired of hearing about Meek Mill, but he said the goal is to start false narratives to create a matrix web. If you can control the storyline, you can control the matrix. American media is totally unbelievable. I see Jay-Z blanked a 13-year-old girl 300 times scrolling. It's called programming. And I want to know what y'all think about what Meek Mill just said right there. Do y'all think that he is on to something with this? Do you believe that Jay-Z is innocent? Do you think this lawyer is clout chasing? Do you think the lawyer is telling the truth and that Jay-Z is guilty? Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. Anyways, that's basically it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. As always, it's been fun rocking with y'all, man. I'm out.